Hey everyone, and welcome back to yet another week on iRacing. But I'm afraid this week has been an absolute torture for me, as you may have seen in those short clips. Oh my, absolute torture. So far I've lost a total of 201 iRating in just 4 races. Yes, 4 races. And I was so close to 2k, but now I'm just as far. But if you guys do go on to enjoy this last race of the week, where I'm hopefully going to gain some I rating, then please go down below and hit that subscribe button, as I'm aiming to hit 500 by the end of the year, and all that love is greatly appreciated. And don't forget, my Discord is always linked in the description down below. But now, without further ado, let's head to the grid. So here we are, all lined up, the lights are on, and we are getting ready to go. And there it is, the green lights are off, and we have got an absolutely stunning start in comparison to Justin Gibbon in front. And now we're going to pull to the outside. We've got the space, the cars behind have left us plenty room, so we're not tussling for positions behind, which is good, so I don't have to constantly look in my rear view mirror, and we can get around turn 1/2 pretty easily and without any discomfort. Now we head into the S-bends, and everyone is jostling for position super slow, and you've got to really watch out for the cars that are slow through the sweepers like that, just like Justin in front there. We've got, I thought that was yellow flags, sorry, but it was green flags. But yes, you got to watch out, and especially into this quick right hand corner, there is definitely going to be carnage. There has to be. This is probably the toughest corner on the track, and yes, there is. We are going slow, looking to avoid. We managed to squeeze through about 2 cars. Another one went sliding off. There's 2 on the outside there. I'm going to try and leave them so much room so there is no chance to be hit. But oh my, that is 100% expected, but not what I was expected, but I was kind of praying it wouldn't happen. But at the same time, it was mostly because I thought I would get involved in that accident. That has been my luck so far this weekend. But no, I did not get involved, and now it's paid off because I'm up to P12, and yes, I am tussling with Dean Semler here, and he's going to get through on the inside into this top corner there, but he gets through, and we're down to P13, but still that's a gain. I don't know where I started, but of about, must be around 4 or 5 positions there, and we're going to stick in his slipstream and hopefully get the move back done again. But as you're going to see throughout this race, I do not have a setup, and that is going to hinder me greatly throughout this 30-minute race. As there he goes, Dean is off. Him and Ruben must have had it coming together into that corner there, and he is off. Now here is a replay then of what happened into the quick corner, and oh my, that is probably the silliest move I have ever seen from that pink car. There is no way you're going too wide into that corner. It's a quick right-hander with very little room as well on your own, so going too wide is never going to pay off, but it helped us out big time. But now we're on lap 2, and Justin Gibson has managed to get back in front. There's nothing we can do there. As I said, we do not have a setup, and Justin, I believe, does. But he's a little bit slow now from the rejoining Ruben Reglado up in front. As there's smoke, there's another car, and that is Jay Manor off to the side there. We'll have a look at what happened to him shortly, but that is us and not giving us another free position. We up into P12 and fighting very much for P11, but he's off. He's gone wide. Justin Gibson has gone wide, and that is us promoted to P11, and this is looking good for us. The best race of the week so far. But here's a replay then of what happened to Jay Manor. Oh, the car in front has a moment, and he gets on the brakes to avoid and probably steers right, and he just loses the rear end. But now we're on to lap 3, and we are put straight into the action as we are on the back of Timothy Lunn, and we are going to have an almighty battle with him throughout this race, and things even get a little bit sketchy and heated. But that's enough for now, because we are following him through this top corner, probably my weakest corner on the whole track, albeit the right-hander. That's probably the quick right-hander where the accident happened. It's probably weaker for me, but look at this run we have. But the thing is, the minute we pull to the inside, look at that, because he has a setup, he just pulls away. Without slipstream, I am nothing in comparison to these cars on the straight, and that is really going to be a struggle for me today, as we almost rear-end Timothy in front, but Ernesto has actually tapped us very lightly, although we didn't feel it, and that is 4x for us. 4x. I can't believe that was such a light touch that I didn't even feel. But now later on lap 4, Timothy has managed to pull a bit of a gap due to my mistakes, but watch the closing speed by Michael Brake and Ernesto Blasquez. As look at them with their setups, I am just a sitting duck. What can I do? Look at them go. But to be fair, they were both very high up. Well, in practices beforehand, they were very, very quick, and I did not plan on racing them. It would only lose me time and probably cause an accident when they are so, so much quicker than me. But what I am going to try to do is use their slipstream to help pull me along and reel in Timothy Lunn, who's up ahead, that I believe I am 100% quicker than. But let's see what we can do then as we head through the first corner. Then the second, it's a pretty decent corner, nice and clean. Maybe not as fast as the cars up ahead, but it doesn't matter. Now we head on to lap 8, and Timothy and Ruben up front are having an almighty battle into the chicane, too wide. There's no way this works. Timothy has to back out, maybe even locking up there and going a little bit straight on, which has now given us the opportunity to get right on his gearbox and maybe get a move into turn 1. We've got the slipstream, we've got the run. Are we going to make this move stick? But no, once again, look at that. The minute we pull out a slipstream, we cannot get around him. That setup is coming in handy for Timothy and really depriving us of a position that we should have by now. And this is only going to get me frustrated as the race goes on and cause some problems later on. But now we head through the S-bends. He's a little bit shaky. I definitely feel way, way quicker and have better line through here than Timothy in front. But it's just about biding my time and waiting for the right opportunity to make the move, which is definitely not into this corner coming up or on the straights where he has much, much more speed. But we are in P13, which isn't too shabby as we run a bit wide, and that is an incident point for us. We almost went too wide, and that can definitely cause problems. That corner there, that curb on the outside is not a fun one, that's for sure. But now we continue on through the hairpin. We're still behind him, and we have Ruben up in front, who I don't think is that quick either, and he might not even have a setup, because I'm pretty sure we were pretty close to him. I don't think he has a setup. But we're going to follow Timothy and see if we can close in on Ruben in front and hopefully get a move on both of these guys. But we run a little bit wide, but then we aim for the exit, cutting back to the apex as much as possible. It wasn't clean, we still didn't hit the apex, but it was better than running completely wide. We're going to try pull into Timothy's slipstream and have him pull us along. But look at the speed that he pulls away from us. There is nothing we can do, and he is gaining on Ruben, which again makes me think that Ruben does not have a setup either, and they go side by side into the chicane. There's a bit of a lock-up, and Timothy pushes Ruben onto the grass and onto the gravel. They are both slow, and we're going to look for the move on Timothy, but he holds the inside, and with that setup, we just can't get around him. We can't find a way to overtake him on the straights, which is our best opportunity. But we have moved up from P13 to P12 because of Ruben running it wide and onto the grass, all thanks to their side-by-side moment there into the chicane. But here is a replay then of what actually happened from both their perspectives. You can see Timothy lunges around the outside, bit of a lock-up from Timothy before he pushes Ruben. He doesn't really push him, but he forces him onto the gravel, and Ruben decides to go for a joyride across the grass and gravel, which inevitably causes him to lose a ton of speed, and that is us up that position. But look at this as we rejoin the action on lap 10. The same lap we were on previously. Timothy is super slow through these S-bends. We are all over the back of him. But as I said before, this corner coming up is not a place to make a move. And look at the run we have. You can see I let off lightly, not wanting to go for it here. It's only asking for problems. But we're going to have to sit behind him as we get another off track as we run a bit wide on the exit curve there. We're going to have to sit behind Timothy. We've got yellow flags. Up ahead, there is a car stopped, and I believe that is Michael Brake right in the middle of the road. We managed to avoid him just because of our line through the hairpin and a last-minute reflex there to get around him on the outside, and that is another place. We are now in P11, and we are flying high. We are moving up the positions, but P10, a top 10 finish, is definitely up for grabs here. Even though we don't have a setup, Timothy is looking vulnerable, as well as our speed through the S-bends. There is not much he can do. But look at this as we rejoin on lap 12. He is weaving, and I'm talking to him over voice chat. There is no way that weaving movement there is legal, and it's getting a little bit sketchy, and to the point where I'm not sure if I actually want to look for the overtake there. I don't want to force a move where he is a little bit unpredictable, like he's weaving on the straight there. So I'm just going to sit tight and wait for the best opportunity, and an open, obvious opportunity where there is no chance for him to make a mistake and cause an accident with myself. So again, as we are right on him, we reel him in through the S-bends, but there's nothing we can do through that right-hander where we are not risking a move at all. There is no chance, but I am getting a little bit impatient now. I mean, I don't fancy my chances of catching up to P9, but he is still a little bit slow and holding me up as we go for the move on the inside, but we get the throttle too quick, and we're into the wall. We spun it off into the wall. We have a bit of damage. We try to rejoin, but we stop as there is a car there, but we have a bit of damage. We have been told wheel damage, and it doesn't feel too bad, but then I just hit the wall again, and I know it's done. It is done. I have to go to the pits. Another race in the bin, but here is a replay then of what happened. You can see two cars up behind us, not too far away, but we are on Timothy Lund's tail, and we go for almost not a switchback, but we try to squeeze down the inside, but we get on throttle a little bit early. We slam on the brakes, but it's not enough as we get suspension damage, and the wheel is completely out of place. But here is an onboard then of the accident as we head through the little kink into the hairpin. You can see I try to keep a tighter line, but it just doesn't work out. I get on throttle too quick, and that is that. The race that I was flying so high in and doing well is now ruined yet again. But albeit being absolutely frustrated, I decided there's no harm in going out, so I went back out lap 13 after repairs, after my towing, and I got back into the fray. I was P19, and I was just hoping there was still 4 minutes left. I was hoping and praying that some accidents would crop up that would allow me to reel in the positions a little bit and lessen the impact of the iRating. But as you can see in the bottom right, the safety rating is gone. 13 incidents is massive. Massive 13 incidents. So I'm not expecting to last or to save much safety rating there. But by the end of the race, the white flag lap, we are now in P17. So we've managed to pull in 2 more positions, which sadly is still not going to be enough. And I'm going to be taking a big hit to the iRating. But now we head through the chicane for one last time after 30 minutes of hard racing and about 3 of those minutes in the pits. We're going to cross the line for P17 and yet another race to end a bad week on iRacing. So here are the results then from that race. A massive hit to the safety rating once again. We are almost in the ones for safety rating, but we did manage to lessen the impact of iRating, so we did only lose 16, which isn't too bad, but we did finish down in P17, and that just ended our shocking week on iRacing. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and remember, I am aiming to hit 500 subs by the end of the year, so please, if you did enjoy, give me some love. I really appreciate it. Go down below and hit that subscribe button. But now, I'll catch you guys in the next one for a series I have never raced before. Catch you guys next time.